friends. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is better and better as always. We always expect that from our Silva practitioners, especially because you know how to use more of your brain and mind. I am Laura Silva Quesada, and I'm here to talk to you about the Silva Master Mentoring Program that will be beginning on November 11th. Now, this is a 3 month or 12-week program that we're repeating again for the second time this year. Now, again, this program is going to be 12 weeks long, and it's one of those programs that we only typically do once a year. This time we're doing it for the second time. We want to make sure we tweak it right. We had several people who wanted to be part of the program the first time we did it and weren't able to join in because it's quite an intimate group. It's a small group of about maybe 10 to 15 people. It all kind of depends. And we really want to keep it that way simply because we want to focus all our attention on you and your needs and what you want to achieve and how to make that happen moving forward. And the interesting thing is that because we're together for 12 weeks, what we found in the last time we did this program was that the 12 weeks went on to 13, 14, 15, 16, and we still get together once a month, even as a group, and we connect with each other and we go back and forth. It's like, hanging out with friends, and we become a real tight group of friends and family that we continue to support each other. And every time there's a gathering that, by the way, they put together because they became so close during the last time we presented this seminar, this program, I always show up because I love to hang out with this group of people. I look forward to that happening again with this next program that we are scheduled for November the 11th. And so this program, I'm here to answer your questions. And if I don't get all your questions asked that you've submitted, some of you already submitted questions to us, then we do have a little chat on the side, and you can always ask questions there. So let me go ahead and get going because we don't have all day to do this. We only have a limited time to do this. But let me go ahead and start going ahead and answering some of the pre questions that you already submitted to us. And one of those questions is, when does the Mind Mastery program start and how long does it last? I think I kind of already answered that. The Mastery Mentoring program starts November 11th. It lasts for 12 weeks and it concludes around the end of January, if my calculations are accurate. So more or less at the end of January, we conclude. It's just a great opportunity for us to focus on our goals, starting off the new year right in the way that we want to, and really have some real evidence that we are moving in the right direction. So I really am happy to want to do this by November, start the new year, and then secure your continuing progress into the year so that it can be lasting for the rest of the year and really the rest of your lifetime. So November 11th is the projected starting date. It'll be fun. I'm going to be in Madrid during that time. But the wonderful thing is, as long as you have a computer and some Wi-Fi network or internet accessibility, I can do it from anywhere. So yeah, I look forward to doing this one. And I'm especially looking forward because this is the second time that we do this program. And we've kind of got a lot of information, tweaked it quite a bit. And we're here to give you an upgraded version of the Silva Master Mentoring Program. Now, how is this program different from a seminar? I always say that it's really important to do a live seminar because your instructor always helps you to deepen your inner state, take you through the training itself. Is always there to answer your questions. And I think this one really, really, really takes it way further than that. Your live seminars usually last about a weekend, and your contact with your instructor is kind of minimal. Even though it's a live instructor, which I prefer way over an audio program, your contact with your live instructor is not as much as maybe would be ideal. When my father first started the Silva Method, way back in the 60s, 1966, as a matter of fact, he would go and deliver 4 hours, let's say a few techniques, a segment at a time into the audience that he was talking to. And he would give them the full 4 hours, and then he'd let them practice and practice and practice and practice and practice the information that they had learned those 4 hours. Then he'd go back sometimes a month later and give them another 4 hours. If he was able to schedule it properly, he would go a week later and a week later after that. And he'd go once a week to every location in the beginning. And sometimes, like I said, even once a month. But it was meant for them to practice what they had learned, perfected, have a lot of experience, have a lot of questions. And that way he would be able to satisfy all their questions and really satisfy all their doubts and help them to override all those doubts and build confidence and develop a lifestyle of how to utilize the Silva method. And so he noticed that that kind of approach, although not very practical in a sense, but that approach was perfect, was in fact ideal for for making the learned lessons or transforming them or converting them into a lifestyle. And that's really what we want for you in this Silva Master Mentoring Program. It's not so much of the content that we're looking for. It's so more the experience that you're gaining, the consistency, the persistency, and your focused attention on developing your innate abilities and enhancing your human potential of brain and mind potential to be able to achieve everything you want to achieve and greater than that. So we really want you to start thinking, what are some of the things that I really want to achieve with being with a guide, a mentor for 3 full months on a daily basis. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to be like this talking to you every day, but we will be in a platform where you can ask me questions every single day and throughout the day. I'm constantly checking the platform. I'm constantly looking at your questions and your commentaries and wanting to satisfy them along the way. And so I'm with you every step of the way. And once a week, we get together like this on Zoom calls, and we're able to spend an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, even sometimes even longer than that, and making sure that your questions are all satisfied, that you're building the confidence you need to move forward with the tools that will make a difference in creating the life that you've always wanted. So, the Silva Master Mentoring Program emphasizes practice and community engagement. You have a group of people that you're going to find will become more like your brothers and sisters, your best friends in a sense, and be there to support you along the way. I've learned so much from the group that joined in, the community itself. I learned different angles, approaches, different ways of applying the tools and techniques, wonderful creative applications that I thought like, wow, that's really, I'm going to even utilize that. But it's really, we open our hearts, our souls, we share our deepest concerns, and we help each other out along the way. And I'm always there with you and for you every step of the way. It's not just about the content you learn. It's about the lifestyle that you cultivate over time through daily practice. And I think we need to ask ourselves that question. Those of you who have taken the Silva method before, how much of it do you practice on a daily basis? How much of it do you literally put to use? And how does it differ now that you're not taking the Silva course than when you were taking it? Because that too often I get people who say to me, "Oh, my life was so amazing, so great, so positive when I was going through the program, and then I kind of went back to the same old, same old." And it always dumbfounds me to hear that because I'm saying, well, why would you go back to the same old when you had tools and techniques and concepts and ideas and that literally were changing your life for the better? Why would you stop doing that? So a lot of times it's because you don't have the ongoing encouragement, the ongoing support. And that's what we want to provide you, not only for 12 weeks. We literally hang out with each other even past that. And you're going to get to meet some of the people who are there, who are with us in the first group. And I know that they'll be there to support you with great expertise. I mean, these are these are my experts because they really stuck with the program for 3 full months and beyond that. and have made amazing advancements. I mean, some have reduced 10, 15, 20 pounds. Others have overcome, health challenges, relationship problems. They're there for their family members. They're encouraging others along the way. I'm just so proud of them and so proud of the work that they've done. I know I'll feel that way with this next group as well. So we really want you to have access to live motivational calls, a live chat where you can connect with not just me, but the other participants, allowing for real time support and inspiration. This program, we put a lot of thought to it, and we designed it to help you integrate the Silva method into your daily life, ensuring you truly benefit from the tools and techniques, the concepts that will make lasting change happen in your life. So I hope these things will encourage you to move forward and really start making a decision as to how and how you want to make your life different and better, and some of the challenges that you want to overcome yourself. Now, why would you choose the Silva method? Not because I'm a Silva, not because I've been teaching this program for over 50 years. I guess I may not look like a grandma, but I'm a grandma, and I would say I'm even the grandmother of Silva because I was born and raised with Silva. I was born and raised, and it wasn't until 1966, when I was 12 years old at the time, that I was allowed to take, or really the courses were there for me to take live. So although I used to practice all the time when my father was researching, because he always practiced on his children, I was one of them. Granted, I was one of the younger ones, but nevertheless, I practiced the Silva method as he was developing it, as he was teaching it to us, and then to his pilot groups in the very beginning. I really noticed how much of a difference it made for me to overcome a lot of my life challenges. I was a rebellious kid. I fought things all along the way in my teenage years, as most people do growing up. But I can tell you for a fact that the Silva method is what saved my life and has given me the kind of life that I live today. I've been doing this all my life. I'm 70 years old this year, and I've been doing and teaching the Silva for over 50 years. I've been practicing it all my life because my father was doing his research even before I was born. And I have taken so many programs that are out there in the market today, from neurolinguistic programming, theta training. I've done tapping. I've done, you name it, hypnosis. I've done everything you can probably think about. And I always, always, always go back to the tools and techniques that I learned from Silva. Why? Because they make sense. They're practical. They're useful. They're easy. And they help you to establish a depth that no other training allows you to find. A depth utilizing not only passive meditation into the theta frequencies like they tend to do in theta trainings, but dynamic meditation where real change happens because you're in charge of the change. You're in charge of building more of your human potential, your brain and mind potential, and creativity through the use of visualization and imagination, positive thinking, incorporating energies like desire, belief, expectancy, inserting them, infusing them with energies that are charged with these subjective energies of desire, belief, and expectancy, emotions, and feelings. It is so complete and comprehensive in every way that you can literally blend in anything else that you've learned prior to Silva or in your journey, in your own human development journey, into what Silva creates as a foundation for amazing growth to exist. That's the foundation for real life change to occur. And this is what not only you gain by taking life courses, the life Silva courses, or any course for that matter that helps you to improve, but what you get in the Silva Master Mentoring Program is that inspiration day by day, that encouragement day by day, the information that helps to fill in the gaps of doubt and build confidence in your own potential to make change happen. So I think Silva really has the best, most comprehensive framework and foundation for everything else to be included, where you can then transform all the knowledge that you have and put into a package that becomes your program, your technique for great change to occur. So I really think that Silva is the method that will help everything else that you have in your toolbox, every other method that you've learned or every other course that you've taken to even flourish even more than before. The next program that we have planned for Silva is not going to be till next year, November of 2025. This is the last time that we're going to do the Silva Master Mentoring Program. And we really are looking forward to making it even more comprehensive than the last time we did it. And I have to tell you, we went through the Silva Life System, the Silva Intuition Training, and the Silva Manifestation Program during those 3 months. And we did so much more because we had deep conversations. And when someone said, I'm struggling with this, or I wish you had a meditation to help resolve this other situation I'm going through, if I didn't have it in my own collection of meditations that I have put together over the past 50 years, then I would create it. And even to this day, the program has stopped and we continue. I think we started in February, March, April. So even after April, May, I'm still giving this group in more information, meditations, articles, inspiration to this date, if ever they ask for it, because it's a special group. You become a special group to me. You're the group that really says, I truly am committed to making life changes in my life for the better. I am committed to gaining my health, to reducing that weight, to finding my soulmate, to living with abundance, to have that security in my life, to really live with great joy, to having it all. And if you're committed to doing that, I'm committed to helping you achieve that because I know you can and I know you will. So let's not wait another year to make this a possibility when the time is now. And great things can happen between now and next year. So, can I pay in installments? I get that question often. You've got a link that you were sent with the information about the Silva Master Mentoring Program. And absolutely, you can definitely pay in installments, whatever it might be with the program fee is concerned, because we want to make it easy for you. We want you to succeed. And if you're wondering, well, why is it so expensive or whatever? Personally, I don't think it's expensive. There's no price I can put on having a wonderful life. And especially when we're going to spend and hang out for 120 days together. And many times it's for I really literally, I mean, as long as I'm awake, I'm answering questions. You're going to have access to a platform with direct line to me, and we can work with each other and the group at the same time. Now, I'm not here to do one-on-one trainings. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm going to be doing here. I'm not going to separate people into coaching or anything like that. I'm not going to do coaching. I'm going to be a mentor. I'm going to be your instructor. I'm going to be your guide. I'm going to be there as your brother, I mean, as your sister, to you, my brothers and sisters as well. I'm going to be here as your family member, as your everything for you and the group at the same time. But if anytime you have an individualized question that you put on the platform itself, I am there to answer it. And I mean, it's a lot of time that goes into it, a lot of energy that goes behind it. And I'm all in because I totally love to do this. And I totally have more than anything else as a goal, your success for you to succeed. It is important for me that is the outcome and the end result, and that you have the confidence to move forward in your life with knowing that you have everything that you need to make positive change happen. So we'll make it as easy as possible for you. Once you do make your deposit and you go into the early bird special, then you can make arrangements with us. Always contact us on info@laurasilvaquesada.com. We're always there to answer your questions and help you along the way as much as we can. We're here for you. Okay. So, how much time will I need to implement if I'm already very busy? Really, as much time as you can. I would say in any given moment, in let's say a week's time, maybe an hour. If you have 2 hours to invest in a week to the program, I think you'll make great strides. I think you'll advance beautifully with that. But for any results in life to occur, consistency and effort and persistency and positivity is key. And as you know that. Go back and think about times that you made great things happen in your life and you put a lot of effort and you were consistent and persistent and you knew you were going to make it happen and you didn't let go until you did. So, if this is that important to you, if whatever you're going through in life right now is that important, then you're going to put some effort to it and you're going to make it happen. And I will be there to support you and to really look at the fine print, if you want to put it that way, the little details that make the difference. And we're going to be able to recognize what's the difference that makes a difference between success and failure. What are the key ingredients that you need to have in order to make that positive change happen? What is your personal code to success? What is your secret formula to make things work for you? So we want to make sure that you go through a journey of self-discovery, if you will, and that you're able to fill in the gaps that are missing so that you can be successful every time you seek to achieve something. So I think an hour or 2 hours a week to go through the dedicated audios that you will get, the materials that you will get, and go to the practice sessions that we and the tasks that we set for you on a weekly basis. I think they'll do the job. And of course, the live calls are there for you to ask questions and seek guidance. So even dedicating just 5 to 10 minutes a day, they'll make significant difference in your life and allow you to witness positive changes in your life. By tapping into more of your brain and mind's potential, you'll accelerate improvements in all areas of your life, including your health, relationships, career, finances, happiness, your joy, everything. So it doesn't take a huge amount of time, but it does take persistence, consistency, and focus energy, and a real dedication to want to achieve a greater outcome than you have before. We'll give you the ingredients, we'll give you the tools and the concepts. We'll give you the why and show you how to look for your why to make things happen as well. So absolutely. Now we're going to have Zoom calls once a week, and again, they're scheduled for an hour, but we rarely stick to an hour. We often go beyond the hour. I just want to make sure everyone is satisfied and there's nothing lingering, no doubts. On a weekly basis, we want to satisfy and all your questions and eliminate all doubt. So I know that it's not always easy for everyone to come together at the same time, and that the time that we set, which is usually noon Eastern time, it may not be suitable for everyone and can be challenging. But however, even if you can join the call for 10 to 15 minutes to ask your questions, it can be incredibly beneficial for you. Additionally, you can always send your questions in advance, and I'll make sure to address them during the call. We'll also maintain our daily contact, as I mentioned before, in the chat, where I can provide you with the audio programs or written guidance as you need it. Your active participation in any form is what truly matters. I'm there for you. I'm listening, I'm reading, and I provide you the information that you need to make that true for you. And after each call, a recording will be available. So you'll always have access to all your recordings, allowing you to listen at your convenience, whether you're running, exercising, or even cooking dinner. So I love to go over and re-listen to what we went through in our live calls because I gain more insight. And I really want to make sure that everybody gets what they're needing at that moment as well. Moreover, engaging with the questions of the other group members is very beneficial, but very beneficial and often leads to greater insights that can help you as well. As many people encounter similar challenges and as they relate to money, relationships, work, career, finances, all that kind of stuff. Everybody in the world literally is searching and for the same outcomes. And that's health, happiness, abundance, love, everything, peace, all these wonderful things. Okay. So some of you may have already gone through the Civil Life System audio program and are wondering how will the Silva Master Mentoring Program benefit you? Well, as a graduate or someone who's gone through the audio programs that we have so many of them to begin with, you've already taken a huge leap forward and you've made great strides to really improve the quality of your life and living experience. But here's a question that I really want you to think about. Are you actively practicing what you've learned? I mean, really, again, I mentioned that in the beginning of this webinar. A lot of times people are actively practicing it as they're in the program that weekend, maybe another weekend. But once they leave the energy of the group and the guidance of the instructor, they just go back to the same old, same old, same old. And you're not going to achieve anything great or any great improvements if you go back to the same routine as always. You will fall back to the same you used to be. So, in order to make great change happen, you want to have that encouragement, that consistency. You want to feel confident in applying your Silva's tools and your techniques and the skills that you have developed. The Silva method truly delivers when we apply the techniques consistently. And that's the key, consistently. And then we're persistent and we are driven to make it happen because we really want change to happen. We desire it. But we want you also to believe that you can and expect the results to occur. So know which technique to use at the right time is also really, really important and will guide you. I'll guide you every step of the way and help you to understand how to adjust your programming, how to adjust the technique to best suit your needs as expected. So again, if you have questions, and I'm going to get you a question that you're writing down, I'm here for you. And I'm looking forward to making this program happen. So let me go back to some of the questions, or let me go to the questions. Maria says, I'm a civil grad. Will this program be limited only to graduates? No, really, it's open to most everyone. You'll notice that the graduates usually are the ones who participate the most, because they have that knowledge, that practice, that wisdom already, under the sleeve. But a new person can come in and start brand new. Why? Because we offer you the audio programs, the manual, the materials for you to start listening to them. And we give you assignments as to what to listen to throughout the week. And then we discuss those in the following call, the Zoom calls that we have on a weekly basis. So anyone can join in. And if you have any additional doubts or questions, we've got the platform where you can ask all kinds of questions at any time to make sure that you're moving forward with the rest of the group along the way. We leave no one behind. If you're needing information, we're here to help you. I'm here to help you all the time. Do I plan to offer this program next year as well? Yes, as I mentioned, we're going to do it November of 2025. Hi, Patty. It's good to see you here in the group as well. I'm happy that you're here. Let me see. So if you do have questions about the program, make sure that you do ask information or write to us at info@laurasilvaquesada.com, and we'll be happy to provide you with additional information. You look at the chat, you have those links right there as well. So thank you, Miss Lara, for the video content. It's very educational. I am Nofian Hadi from Indonesia. Welcome. We're happy to have you here. Paula says, fantastic. I graduated like 30 years ago. Want to do it and implement it. It's the same course that's in person. I'm so excited when the program starts. You know what? It is the same course, but a lot greater than that. I really can't say. If you took it 30 years ago, I would say, although the tools and techniques in writing are the same, the course has evolved. It has evolved because we've evolved. I've evolved. What I bring into the course is a lifetime of experience that includes everything else I've studied, a lot of insights, a lot of growth, personal growth, not only my own personal growth, but the experience I've shared with hundreds of thousands of people. We always look for the angle as to what is the right formula to reach you deeply where you need to make that change occur. And we keep digging and digging and digging and digging until we find that sweet spot within you that you say, aha, that's it. And we give you the understanding of how to create your own personal programs that will suit you, that you can resonate with and make positive change happen. Back 30 years ago, we didn't really include a lot of what we call infused meditations, or what we call meditations, which is energy infused meditations with desire, belief, expectancy, emotions, feelings, all these kinds of things. We didn't go into going into the outcome image and living it out as if it has already happened energetically. There's a lot of things we didn't do back 30 years ago that we learned along the way can make a huge impact in your success working with the Silva tools and techniques. So definitely we want to make sure that you have that deep understanding, that deep knowledge of and mastery. That's what it's about. Mastery of the Silva tools and techniques and beyond. Let me see here. Where am I? Here you are. Again, now Claudio says, I graduated in Argentina like 30 years ago, probably with Nelly, right? Want to do it and implement it. Okay, I think that's the same. Okay, 30 years ago. And I have also the audios from you. How will this help? Thank you. If, Claudio, you're still not where you want to be, then the way this program is going to help you is we're going to dig in to find out the reason why. Everybody can achieve greatness in their life. Everyone can achieve health and happiness and abundance and everything that you're looking for. If you haven't already achieved it, we will discover what is your block that's holding you back. I always tell people, what do you yearn for? What do you want so deeply and yet do not have? Then we're going to find out what it is and how to overcome that and make sure that you do achieve that. So I think in those ways, Claudio, this is going to make that kind of difference because I'm going to stick by you to make sure that you reach your outcome and your goal and really get to the point where you love your life, where you totally appreciate, respect, admire, and love yourself as well, and be able to do the things that satisfy that you moving forward and better your life as you move forward into life. So yes, Claudio, I think it'll make a big difference in your life. Petali says, and Petali has taken the program already, and I hope to see her again. She says, it's an opportunity of a lifetime for Silva training from Laura. Thank you, Patty. I really appreciate that compliment. And I like to say, yeah, she's right, because I love this so much. I live this, I work with it. When you meet me in person and you're with me, we hang out together. I totally know that you'll say that I am a personification of the Silva method. I live it, I breathe it, I eat it. I am very congruent and very consistent. And I think that's what we're all looking for is that congruency and that consistency and be able to bring all of those tools together to make great things happen in the easiest, most natural of ways. And we'll get there, okay? Um, Zia said, hello, Laura. Will you teach us to be able to do our own mirror of the mind and mind programming according to our needs? Absolutely. That's what's so special about this program. We're only taking 10 people. And with those 10 people, and then when we come together as a group and in our calls and in the platform with questions, you're going to find that I have so much more time to dedicate to each and every one of you who's in the program. You might think, why would I do it for only 10 or 15 people? Because it means that much to me. if I could only work with one person and change their lives for the better, that is a life well lived for me. And to be able to have such an intimate group is one of those things that I always dreamed about. People often say, well, you've taught classes of 1,500 and 3,000 people at a time. Yes, I have. And I think it was very enjoyable and I really love doing them. And the energy in the rooms are amazing. But I always stay feeling like I didn't serve them well because it's very hard and very challenging to serve 1,500 people or 500 people, 300 people, even 100 people, and to give them that undivided attention and just to be there focusing on their needs. And then to do this every day for 3 full months, it's my dream come true. It really is. And so I really am looking forward to this. And I can tell you that, yeah, I will do my very best to make sure that you have the information, to have the confidence, the tools and techniques to be able to meet your needs as much as possible. Idris, I thought about a meditation about priority tasks, higher path. You think not could be that could be doable? Absolutely. In fact, I think I already have something for you. Okay. So we have this thing that we call the hierarchy of what's important, and we can transform that into a meditation. So if I know ahead of time, I can start preparing for you or look into my archive of meditations that would really suit you. And you can ask the group. I will do my best to create or to look for and to deliver meditations that really do fit your needs. That's what I love about this program. And I love the idea of continuing to be more and more creative through time, and especially if it satisfies someone's need. All right. Valderrama says, hi, Laura. When does this mentoring session begin? November the 11th. So we have about 10 days to get ready, to start setting your goals for yourself, to really put some thought into this. What do I want to achieve? What have I missed in the past when I wanted something so badly, but I didn't manifest it? What is it? What was it? What do I want, or what am I yearning for and still don't have, but I know I can achieve it? How do I want to live 2025 and the rest of my life moving forward? What do I feel is lacking in my life? All these things are questions for you to ask yourself now so that we can be ready and prepared for the course to come. Okay. I talk a lot. I do this all the time. So you get ready for that because I talk a lot. I get my throat too dry and then I need to drink some water. So that's good. All right. Excuse me. So, hi, Rodrigo. Nice to see you here. The Silva Master Mentoring Program starts November 11th. Okay, and runs for 3 months. Thank you. And then took the course via Mind Valley in 2016. It changed my life. I want to go back to the teachings. Thanks. And that's Paula. You're welcome. I'm so happy that you're able to take the course. And here's the link that you can go to if you want more information. It's right there, which is laurasilvaquesada.com. And then just press on that link and you have more information. Mhm. Thank you. You said, Laura, you're the queen of this. Is subjective broadcasting included in this? Actually, it is. And, the good thing is that a lot of people who go through the Silva Life System and Silva Intuition don't know so much about subjective broadcasting. But even if you bring it up in the group and it's not part of the agenda per se, we will discuss it. We will teach it. We will make sure that you're completely informed about it. We did this in the last group as well. I gave you the steps as to how to step 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. I mean, I provide that information. If you ask for something that is not in the agenda or the curriculum, we will cover it. So whatever your needs are, whatever you want, you're going to get it. And then here says that, yeah, Mind Valley is not even 1/8 of doing a live program. That's true. Live programs are so amazing. And although it's Zoom calls that we do, they're live. And we're here and we meet together live. So that's going to be a wonderful, wonderful difference. Thank you, Lauda. It's absolutely a wonderful method. And yes, this time I am consistency with it and moving forward as always. Okay, great. Any more questions here? And yes, he said, can I do a payment plan? Absolutely. And we'll work individually with each one of you. I look forward to seeing you on the 11th. I do too. It's wonderful. We have very flexible payment plans, and so that's going to be really good. And we have a very, very comprehensive curriculum along the way as well. So the curriculum is going to be really amazing. It's pretty full. On week one, we have what we typically would start any program with, which is stress management, but in the pillars to success as well. So we talk about transforming stress as an example. Transform stress and crafting your life goals, because we want to make sure we have all the goals set up from the very, very beginning, and using more of your brain and mind, because we want to make sure also that you use more of your brain frequency, going to the deeper frequencies of brain, such as theta and alpha, and of course the beta frequencies, that you're able to use the qualities that are associated with success. Things like visualization, imagination, the subjective energies, emotions, all these wonderful things, and set a strong foundation for great change to happen. Now, you're going to have practice sessions along the way. And in this case, a practice session is going to include, which you probably already know, the centering exercise, but we're going to make sure that you understand it in a more profound manner, and that you understand the structures of all the meditations. The structure of the meditation is very different than just going through it. The intention of the meditation, the hidden lessons that are embedded in each meditation for you to succeed, that are not as obvious as the intended lesson. So every meditation has the secondary embedded lessons as well as the obvious ones. So you're literally, by the end of the program, I mean, you're going to have probably a lot of information, maybe even more than a lot of instructors are going to have. Many instructors don't even go through 3 months of training. You are, and you're going to have a very, very rich knowledge of Silva, why it's structured the way it is, the embedded lessons, the obvious ones, how to work with the structure and create your own meditations moving forward, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to have new meditations. In this one, we have the outcomes exercise. Now, what can you expect as a result? And this is the pattern that we're going to give you all the time. We have the lessons, the practice that we're going to go through, and then the results that you can expect, which is greater inner self-control. You can learn to override fear and anger and use them to work with you and support you along the way instead of impede you or hold you back. And you're going to create your own personal map of life as you move forward. And then we have our Zoom call that we schedule after you've gone through all that. That's just week one. On week two, the lesson is going to be to go beyond your limiting beliefs and to really get an understanding of what beliefs are all about, and limiting beliefs more than anything else, how to restructure those limiting beliefs, eliminate them or overwrite them, or just rise above them. You're also going to understand the value and the importance of sleep control. And I understand that some of you may not even have problems sleeping, but the sleep control technique is not meant just for sleep. It's meant, the embedded lessons are there to make sure that you understand how to deepen into very, very deep inner states. It's meant to understand how to use the voice in your head and manipulate that voice to work for you, not against you. It's meant for you to have greater inner self controls, because the greater your inner self controls, the more control you have over your inner experience, which will then reflect or be reflected in your outer experience that we call life. And that's what the sleep control technique. And you might think, oh, sleep control, No, there's a lot of wealth of lessons and information embedded into that one exercise that is worth going through and understanding why it's structured in the way that it's structured. You're going to have the alarm clock technique, which for me, the alarm clock technique is a transformational technique. If you can achieve, and when, I shouldn't say if, but when you achieve the alarm clock technique and achieve waking up with your mind over a clock, a physical clock, every day at exactly the time that you want to awaken, you can then do anything. Because the alarm clock technique is actually a technique that sets a goal in time and in a dimension where time does not exist per se, and then transfer that control and ability into your outer world. So when you can set a goal and achieve that goal at exactly the time that you want to achieve it, then what can't you do? Get rid of a tumor when you need to get rid of a tumor. Find the love of your life when you're ready for the love of your life. Increase your abundance. Return to ideal health. Get energized. Start an exercise routine. Anything that you want to achieve, you can do. And it really starts with the very first techniques to learn the Silva Method. But your understanding of those techniques is what's going to make a big difference. And then you're going to practice the second week on recognizing the limiting beliefs and transforming them. You're going to do the exercises as well. And as a result, you can expect to create a new living experience altogether. Enjoy healthy, revitalizing sleep and trust your inner self uh, even better than you ever have before, and have greater mind body management that is going to show itself in your living experience, and have a better understanding as to how to literally manifest goals. You are an expert manifestor. You manifest your thoughts every single moment of your life, the good thoughts, but also the bad ones. So we want to learn how to discern the difference, and then also understand how to shift the energy around to make sure that you're manifesting more good thoughts than more than bad thoughts, more positive expectations, more positive goals, more of all those things, and be a master manifester about creating and manifesting the things that you desire over what you don't desire. But as a manifester, you are a master at it already. You just need to learn how to manipulate the energy and how to understand your relationship with your thoughts and the universe at large and what that means in order to make greater things happen. Okay. All right. And then we meet again after that for our Zoom call. I'm probably not going to get through the whole entire program, but let's move on to week 3. And week 3 is about remembering your dreams. And why is that important? Not only because you're developing, again, even greater, deeper, profound mind body management, you're able to go into the state of mind and slow frequency of brain where you can literally have management of the experience that goes on at those very deep levels and recall information. And not only recall information such as your dreams, but use that information to solve problems. So you're going to have so many tools to apply or to put into as well into your toolbox that you will have literally no excuse to why you don't have the life of your design. No excuse to why you're experiencing any kind of problem. Now, I'm going to be a little tough on you. I have to say that. And people who know me, they sometimes will say, "You're so tough with your group." I say, "Well, this is life we're talking about. This is your life. And you have a choice right now to make. Do I want to live a great life, or am I going to continue living the same life because I'm limited to the same kind of tools, knowledge, and experience? Or am I going to upgrade my tools, knowledge, and experience and apply it to life and create the life of my design, the life that I've always dreamed of?" The choice is yours. The choice is always yours. And you're always responsible for your living experience. You may not fully agree with me right now, but I know that towards the program, we are going into the program, you will know and understand what I mean when I say you are 100% responsible for your living experience. It's up to you to create it the way you want it to be. And I can provide you the tools that will make that a reality. That's it, okay? We'll also have the energizing technique, which means, again, how do you move your chemistry, the chemistry your body creates and produces, because you have the most powerful chemical factory in you, in your body and brain, to produce any chemistry that you need to not only heal, but of course, energize yourself, to relieve yourself of pain, to be able to live comfortably the rest of your life. So, yes. And then, of course, we're going to be working with the three fingers technique, which has to do with not only memory, but also programming, intuition, for insights, for, I mean, you name it. It is a go to technique for most Silva practitioners. It's one that I use every single day. And when you see me, when I'm talking to you, you often see me like this because it works. Okay. So the results we can get from that is to get help from the other side. If it's not here in the world that we call the physical world, it's in the subjective world. And it's through our mind and our intelligence that we have access to the subjective world from where all things come. Ideas, solutions, health, healing, your soulmate, everything. If you still don't have it yet in the physical world, it's still out there in the subjective world. And we will learn how to bring it and how to allow it to be born, how to manifest in the physical world. So and how to get help from that other side to be able to be more effective in problem solving. And the more problems you solve, the more successful you become, the more proficient you become, the more positive things will be in your life, because problem solving is going to be one of the vehicles that we use to reach that outcome that we desire. So we always say the more problems you solve, the more success you're going to enjoy in your living experience. You're also going to master your mind management of your body, mind and body management, because you'll be able to have more tools to work with and generate energy as you need to stay energetic and focused every step of the way. Attuned to your different mind states for greater control of your living experience. We're going to learn something that's going to be a very valuable lesson and understand how that works, which is going into your inner deep levels of brain and mind is where we create mind states that lead to outcomes. And once you tap into those mind states, you can always access those mind states that lead to positive outcomes, regardless of whatever brain frequency you may be functioning in. So, what we want to really literally do is to allow us to be able to tune in to the inner states easily without having to go 333, 222, 111, and really be able to live the lifestyle as easily as possible. A lot of people will tell me who've gone through the Silva Method, they'll say, I love the Silva Method. I love what it's done for me. I don't have time to practice. And they missed something in the training. And what they missed was that it's not about you having to set time aside to practice for 20, 30 minutes that you often can't find throughout the day. It's about learning to shift from one mind state to the other as you need it throughout the day, even for seconds at a time, to be able to achieve your outcomes. That's life changing. That's a game changer. So really, we redefine what meditation is all about. And meditation is literally anytime you internalize your focus with a purpose in mind. So once you have established that foundation, then you can go in and out as you need throughout the day easily for even seconds at a time and gain benefits. Let me see here. Is this live? This program right now? Yes, it's live. And then it says, looking forward to seeing you on the 11th. I am too. And then what's my relationship with Mind Valley? Right now, I don't have much of a relationship with Mind Valley. Mind Valley works with the Silva organization and does work with the organization, I think, doing the Ultra Mind program. I stuck to the original coursework that my father had from the very beginning and expand on that. So I work with Irina, and Irina and I work very well together. She does a lot of my marketing, all of it, as a matter of fact, and she's my partner in how we develop the courses and programs and satisfy the needs of our followers. And so For me, when I did work with Mind Valley many, many, many years ago, I used them mostly. We serve the purpose, or they serve the purpose as a marketer. And I don't want that kind of the marketing anymore. I want more personal marketing. And I want to be able to do these kinds of programs that I can be one on one with you in a more intimate setting than having to do big, huge scale things that I'm not interested in doing that kind of work. So I don't have that relationship with them right now. And then I want my daughters to watch this live. Will it be available? This this webinar right now, I think you can access it later on. Maybe Irina can give you a link for that. She's on the call. She'll let you know shortly, okay? And Paula, if you're referring to the recording of the Q&A session, then yes. Okay, great. You'll get the recording of this Q&A session. It'll be available after we're finished, so you will get this and they'll be able to see it. Won't be live, but it'll be exactly what you're going through right now in this hour. You will have this made available to you. And I want to live a great life. One love. I want you to live a great life, and you will live a great life. Okay. Now I know we're coming up to the end of the time frame, but I still want to chat with you for a little bit more. Troy says, "Hi, Laura. In our meditations, is it best to have the back resting against a chair or sit without support if the physical body is healthy?" These are the kinds of questions that we'll be able to cover throughout the entire program. These little tiny that seem very small uh, fine print to meditation can make a big difference for you once you feel confident that you're doing it right. And you know what the answer is? Whatever works for you. If for you, you find that you can go deep within and still have awareness and inner self controls by relaxing in a chair without going to sleep during the meditation, then fine. But if you feel you need to like scoot up and not have a backing, because this way you're more alert and more into the meditation without like really resting, being comfortable, then that's okay for you too. Remember that the kind of meditation that we work with in the Silva method is predominantly dynamic meditation at alpha, which is a light, wakeful state. It's kind of like having your eyes closed and talking. But once you establish the mental states associated to positive outcomes, you can have your eyes closed and be there and be confident that you are at the right light, wakeful state to make great things happen. The training itself that we go through requires you to go into the theta frequencies for deep rooted programming of the tools, techniques, and concepts. But the actual application of it is done in a light, wakeful frequency, brain frequency of alpha. So whatever works for you, you need to experiment with that. That's why it's important that you participate in your own development, in your own practice of this program, because you'll begin to discover this works for me. And whatever works for you is what's going to be valid for you. Somebody else might need the backing of the chair to relax and lean on. Somebody else might want to be on a lazy boy chair or be in bed in order to do the meditations more effectively. I can't do my meditations in bed. I'll go to sleep. I usually sit by the side of the bed or sit up and then I get comfortable and then at night and then go to sleep. But whatever works best for you, that's what we want. We want you to discover your own formula, your own method based on what we share with you, but modify it to fit your needs so that it's no longer the Silva method. It becomes Rodrigo's method. It becomes Patty's method. It becomes your own personalized method based on the deep knowledge and understanding of the structure and the impact that these concepts will make in your life. And that's what's important, okay? Okay, good. I'm happy that you like that. These techniques work when they don't always find, these technique works when they don't always find I'm the problem, not the tools. Okay. Chemistry equals energy. Fine. And Paula says, thank you for your answer. I love you. I love you too. I believe that Mind Valley doesn't teach whatever. Okay, well, that's a different person, whatever. And Frina Lugoria, saludos, saludos, Frina. And I'm here with you every step of the way. Now, mind you, I'm only got to week 3 of 12. Okay, so I really urge you to go into the curriculum and look at all that's in there and know that what's listed are just listings of what the topics are going to be. The way we expand on those topics are going to be profound. And we're going to make sure that we take it to a level that you will probably never learn and hear of in a live seminar or in an audio program. I do like to do audio programs that are very comprehensive, but these take it to a different, this program, this Silva Master Mentoring Program takes it to a whole different level because we're able to experiment, practice, live it, and question. And then we're able to go back and satisfy those questions as we need to make sure that you have full confidence, because confidence is going to lead to your success as well. We want you to make sure we want to make sure that you succeed in this program, that you succeed in the goals that you're going to be setting for this program, and that it's going to really open a whole new door of deep understanding and knowledge that will be transformed into your second nature, and that you don't even have to think about it. You just are that person who thinks different and better, that has an upgraded understanding of who you really are as a human being, and the potential that you carry with you day in and day out, and how to access that potential and apply it to making this the best life, a wonderful, amazing, joyous, healthy, abundant life. You deserve that. And I'm here to help you along the way. Okay. Let me see here. One last commentary here. I know the basic awareness of what the Silva Method is, but this is my first time watching any video about it. I'm happy. I'm happy that you're here. And Anisha, I hope that you continue working with us in the tools that we share with you, because it's going to make a difference in your life. I can tell you that wholeheartedly. And you know that we're always back our word, in every single way. And really, our main goal is for you to succeed, because we know that if you succeed, you will share this information with your loved ones. You will share it with other people, and you will be a positive influence in the world at large. And we need to spread this information and help people to elevate their consciousness and know that there's hope for a wonderful, more beautiful life ahead, and that we have the power within us, built into us, to make this possible, to make this happen. So again, I'm happy that you came here today. Please look at the curriculum. You have the links right there. In week 4, we focus basically on the mirror of the mind exercise, and we have it early on in the program because we want to make sure that you utilize this life-changing technique called the mirror of the mind, with deep understanding of how to make it work for you every single time. And you achieve that goal, or as we say, better than that. So always remember, I'm going to achieve what I want for myself during this program, or better. Leave it open to even greater, bigger, more, better things, okay? And we're going to go through the simple mind, mirror the mind part exercise, then the mind part exercise 2, which is a little more advanced, and then the advanced mirror of the mind application. You'll have the mental exercises. All the information that you'll be getting during the program is for you to keep. You can access it anytime in the future. You're paying for it, you have it, and it's for you to go back and reference it anytime you need to, anytime you need to review it, anytime you need to go back and listen to it again. And because every time you go over it again and again, you're going to be more prepared to hear something you didn't hear the first time, even though it's the same recording. I promise you, once you hear it the second and third time, you're going to hear something different, because you're more ready to hear it. You're more experienced. So you're now elevate yourself to a different level, to understand it in a different way, or to be ready to accept the information that in the third time that you weren't ready for in the first time you heard it. Okay. So I encourage you to go back and listen to the recordings. You're going to have access to all that information, a wealth of information. So you'll know about the energy infused meditations and how to create and structure positive programs for yourself. Then we're going to move into week 5 with the universal healer, the healer within, and the power of forgiveness. So we're going to go through all these different things: the glass of water technique, the headache control technique, the forgiveness exercise. All of these things will cover, and so much more. I'm so excited. I'm getting excited just talking about it. As we move to week 6, we start working with intuition and effective sensory projection. And we really start really understanding the immense value of subjective education and how to go about that throughout the day, day in, day out, in a very easy manner to continue to develop your intuition as you live your life. It's an ongoing process that never ends. It just gets better and better and better every day, so long as you're conscious and you're living with awareness. And that's all I ask for you, even now. Just be more aware of your internal and external experience as you move forward in your life, okay? So we're going to be practicing how to project to points or places on this planet, any planet in the solar system, any solar system of the universe, how to expand outwards and experience our oneness with everything and else that exists, and understand how and where we all meet and how we are all connected. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful program. As we move into week 7, you develop your inner sanctuary. Some of you call it your laboratory, your spiritual guides as well. And you'll be able not only to help yourself, but others. We will be doing caseworking. We are going to be doing subjective energy healing at a distance as well, and work with energy, body energies for energizing water for healing purposes. So we move it into then a different phase of working with energies, not only physical energy, but even electrical energy and magnetic energy. So there's a lot to cover, a lot to cover. As we move into week 8, we're going to have handling paradigm shifts and how to discern the difference that makes a difference in your programming, in your intuitions, in your thinking, and how to work with that discerning process as well. And then really work to connecting with your purpose, your life purpose, and live a purpose driven life. So, as you can see, I'm going by this quite fast, but then we talk about conditions that allow for manifestations to occur and how to then really adjust your already set goals so that we can even make sure that we move beyond those goals and have even greater and greater success. We'll learn about ZAP meditations, mini booster meditations, uh, just all kinds of meditations that you can utilize and tap into as you need them throughout your day. And we'll have a Seeds of Purpose exercise, which I love, totally love. As we're moving towards the end, we're going to talk about congruency and walking your talk, being very congruent and in every way, and overcoming invisible obstacles that are holding you back from achieving the life that you want. We do an assessment and we start to check, how am I now today at this point of the program, and how is it different? How much have I advanced compared to when we started? Do I see my progression? We want you to remember that you are making great strides, and just because you're making the great strides, we want you to make notice of that, because you're using your mind in a different way, in a more effective way that makes great things happen. And we want you to benefit from that and know that you are making it happen. Yes, you have tools, and yes, you tap into the greater wisdom of the universe, to God, to however you refer to that wonderful, powerful energy, that it's always there for you. And we create a good relationship with that energy because we want it to carry us the rest of our lives and hopefully beyond. And then how to engage your entire self to make anything happen, anything occur. As we move in towards the end of the program, we talk about the law of allowance and different universal laws that really make a difference in our living experience. The law of allowance, an exercise that we include for expectancy and for building confidence, and really open the door to what you desire most in life and allow it to flood in. Just the floodgates to open, allow all this goodness to come into your life and live an experience. And then we close in week 12 with all kinds of positivity and goodness and tools and techniques, and really understand that you are a child of the abundant universe. And we want you to dare to prosper. It's your birthright to have it all. And we want you to experience that, know that, and move confidently in your life with this knowledge and wisdom and experience, that no matter what comes your way, as you navigate through uncertainty and the unknown, you have within you everything to conquer it, to rise above it, to solve it, and to get better and better every day and in every way, and live a life fulfilled. So I encourage you to look at the curriculum. I encourage you to listen to this webinar once again, and pick out all the wonderful little tidbits of information that we have covered up to now. And let me see. Just want to make sure. Yes, the whole world will prosper. What a beautiful thought. Great happiness for everyone. Wonderful. And I hope to have you part of this family, this very exclusive, intimate family of, of those of you who have taken this Silva method way over and beyond what you can possibly learn in any course or any audio program, and put it all together in a very wonderful and new way that will truly elevate your life and make this huge difference. I invite you to join me, hang out with me, get to know me a little bit better as I get to know you a little bit better. And like with a group before, become one bigger family, and the family that really will make an impact not only in your own life and the life of your loved ones, but in the greater world as well. The greater people whose lives you touch and whose lives you will impact by just that smile that you give them, the words of hope and positivity, and just know that you are the creator of your living experience. So come on, join us. I look forward to that. And let's start the new year together, and we'll celebrate and have a wonderful rest of your day. Share this video if you wish with as many people as you want. We welcome everybody, but just do know that we have a cutoff date, and we do have a cutoff number of people. And it's a very small, exclusive group of people. And if anybody gets on a waiting list, it's going to be November of 2025. And it'll be just as magical as this one is going to be this November. Hope to see you soon, all right? Talk to you. Write us a note. Go to info@laurasilvaquesada.com, and we shall guide you along the way as of now. Love you guys. See ya. Bye.